dark, cold world out there.
There's a time to live and a time for a man to die. There are places for dead men in the earth and the sky. Don't you venture too far now, 'cause you can't come back from the place where the good guys always dress in black. When you go to the old saloon at the dead South End, gonna find you a man there wants to be your friend. If you dare to deny his wish, you'll be dead by dawn. So give him a drink and a smile and then move right on.
Hi, this is JC. Welcome to another episode of Legends of Texas, Truths, Myths, and Ghost Stories. In researching for last week's episode, I came across another story in Waxahachie. As long as I have lived in this area, I have never heard this story. It comes as a surprise to me, as it is apparently a very haunted place. I'm talking about the Burleson house in Waxahachie, Texas. It is said to be the place where several ghosts are residing. This was the original headquarters of the T.W. Burleson and Sons Pure Honey Company. It was a family-owned business established in 1915 and to this day has a reputation as being one of the top 10 honey brands in the United States. And it is said to be haunted by several ghosts. When the new owners moved into the house, it quickly became obvious to them that they weren't alone. Doorknobs turned with deliberation, creak open, and slam shut all by themselves. Phantom footsteps are heard walking up the stairs in the middle of the night, and shadowy silhouettes appear beneath the doors when no one else is home. Cold spots are often felt that chill them to the bone. The smell of cigar smoke in the stairwell. Items that go missing only to show up somewhere else. The feeling of constantly being watched. Walking into the kitchen to find all the cabinet doors wide open. Who are these phantom spirits? One is called the woman in distress. There is often felt a presence in the upstairs master bedroom. One incident is when the owners were sleeping and in the middle of the night the wife was awoken by a whispering in her ear. It repeatedly told her to go check on your daughter. Reluctantly she got up and went to see about her daughter. The child was a diabetic, and the mother found that her glucose level was dangerously low. If she had not awoken and checked on her, the consequences would have been dire. In another incident, both of the owners were awoken again in the middle of the night, but this time by the sound of a woman screaming for help. It was so loud that they got up and quickly went to check. They peered through the blinds, but saw no one. The voice sounded as though it was in extreme agony. Worried, they quickly got dressed, and he went outside to see if he could find the woman. But again, found no one. Worried that she might be in peril, he even called the police and reported the incident. The police investigated thoroughly in the surrounding area, but again, the woman was nowhere to be found. Another spirit is the old lady on the swing. Unsure as to who this spirit actually is, it is thought that she may be May Ward Burleson, the original matriarch of the home. But most think she is Thelma Burleson, who lived in the home with her brother T.E. Burleson after the death of their father. She is often seen sitting on the front porch swing. Many times the swing will rock back and forth when there is no wind or obvious reason for it to do so. Usually the wind chimes will also sound when this occurs without any breeze to push it around. Sometimes in the evening, even the porch lights will flicker at the same time. It usually occurs during the evening hours. She was once seen sitting in the living room chair and is described as a tiny framed, white-haired, elderly lady sitting there unaware of what is going on around her. The family often find themselves talking to Thelma as though she was a resident in the house, which technically she is. But they aren't the only ones in this house. Children are often seen in the Burleson house. One is of a small boy. When the owner's sister-in-law was visiting, she spent the night in the upstairs bedroom with the kids. She was awoken in the middle of the night and was startled to find several small ghost children in dingy, disheveled clothing standing above her nephew. She quickly sat up and started screaming hysterically. The children vanished before her eyes. She never spent the night in that room again. Again, when the adults were downstairs, they heard one of their children playing upstairs with a ball. Now, that wasn't an unusual thing. But the child was apparently playing ball with another child. There were two distinct voices heard. When the parents went upstairs to check on him, they found the child standing alone in the middle of the room. The mother asked him who he had been talking to, and the child said, "Juanito." She asked him where Juanito was, and he said he was hiding in the closet. Trying to placate the child, she told him to invite Juanito downstairs to play. The child said that he couldn't because Juanito's mother would kill him. Maybe the closet was the place of safety for this poor ghost child. Again, a friend was visiting, and while in the kitchen washing the dishes, looked out the window to check on her child. The child was playing with a ball, rolling it across the back lawn. There was no one else with the child. As he rolled the ball across the lawn, it rolled back to the child, as if someone was throwing it back to him. She ran outside, grabbed the child, and put him in the back seat of her car. While driving away, she looked in the rearview mirror, only to see her child waving at someone out the back window. Perhaps waving goodbye to the ghost child that was being left behind. There is also thought to be the ghost of a young spirit girl residing on the property. Strange childlike footprints are discovered in the home near the ceiling hatch attic door. The presence of this little girl has also been seen peeking inside the front window and dancing across the living room floor. Once the owner was pulling up into the driveway, and she thought she saw the figure of a small child in a white frilly dress standing next to the back corner of the house. To her surprise, her daughter, in the car with her, asked her mother if she had seen this girl. Both had seen the exact apparition at the same time. Sometimes they even hear the sound of a little girl giggling. Along with these sightings are the occurrence of the owners finding themselves locked outside, even when the doors are deliberately left unlocked, or the sound of phantom footsteps behind them when no one else is there, and the sightings of shadows out of the corner of their eyes. So if you find yourself in Waxahachie and happen to be driving by the Burleson house, don't be surprised if you see figures in the window when no one is home. Hear the sound of a woman screaming in agony, or see a ghostly apparition of a gray-haired lady on the front porch swing while the lights flicker. It's only those who reside there on a different plane. This is JC. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Legends of Texas, Truths, Myths, and Ghost Stories. Please feel free to subscribe so you can be notified when another episode is uploaded. And as always, please feel free to leave me a comment and give this episode a like. Thanks for watching. Bye.